When Blair Witch Project released in 1999, it took the cinema world by storm. Ever since, it has become a cornerstone in the horror genre, and over the years, the movie saw two follow-ups. One, Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, which failed to capture the magic of Myrick and Sánchez's directorial, and two, Adam Wingard's Blair Witch of 2016, which too has a meager rating of 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. Personally, the sequels didn't work out for me because none of them could exploit the first one's marketing similarly. See, Blair Witch Project happened during the last leg of the 90s, when the internet was growing rapidly, but was still not exactly as prolific as it is today, and to make people believe that the entire story is actually true was a whole different ballgame. The cast and crew measured each step to portray the events of the film as real, cleverly used marketing strategies, and topped it off with missing poster props to sell the movie. And it was perfect. For years, people were disturbed by the fact that Heather never made it back home, and this scene lived in our heads rent-free. Now, even when the truth was exposed, audiences grew even more fascinated as to how original the storytelling was. After a decade since the last Blair Witch movie hit the screens, once again the found-footage shaky camera is gearing up to increase the creep factor. Yes, we have a Blair Witch Project reboot on the cards, and here's everything that you need to know about it.
We have to get the DAT back anyway.
I realize that.
Okay,
that's what
let's
I'm
go.
saying. Let's get the DAT back.
So back in 2022, The Ankler reported that Lionsgate might be going back into the Black Hills of Burkittsville, Maryland, and relaunching the Blair Witch Project franchise with a new movie. The American entertainment journalist took to X to say, "Start prepping those pitches, genre scribes, because it sounds like Lionsgate is ready to venture back into the woods again for another Blair Witch Project, since good IP is never truly dead in the streaming age." 2 years ago, in April 2024, we got another update that the reboot was officially being developed at Lionsgate with Roy Lee, who produced the 2016 film, and Jason Blum producing it. Atomic Monsters' James Wan is teaming up with them too. Sure, the last two movies did not exactly bring in a lot of money, but the Blair Witch Project is considered to be one of the most profitable IPs of all time, with the first one grossing $249 million globally against a shoestring budget of $35,000. Adam Fogelson, the Lionsgate film chair, and Jason Blum announced the news at CinemaCon, which read as, "I have been incredibly fortunate to work with Jason many times over the years. We forged a strong relationship on The Purge when I was at Universal, and we launched STX with his film The Gift. There is no one better at this genre than the team at Blumhouse," said Fogelson. "We are thrilled to kick this partnership off with a new vision for Blair Witch that will reintroduce this horror classic for a new generation." Blum, on the other hand, glorified Blair Witch Project and claimed, "I don't think there would have been a Paranormal Activity had there not first been a Blair Witch, so this feels like a truly special opportunity, and I'm excited to see where it leads." Now, the news in Tinseltown is that the 25-year-old Dylan Clark, known for horror shorts like Transfigure and Portrait of God, is set to lead this new take on the Blair Witch Project while reworking a script that has been written by Chris Thomas Devlin, best known for his work on the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Clark is also set to direct a feature film adapting the Portrait of God short with Universal, and will be having Sam Raimi and Jordan Peele as producers. Clark told Little Black Book in 2024 that he is a fan of the franchise, and that, "My first short film was this found footage, the Blair Witch Project style film that my friends and I made in the woods by my house at around 11 years old," he said. Super scrappy, terrible, but a huge passion project. Scrappiness and passion took the original The Blair Witch Project a long, long way, so maybe it'll work for Clark too. We'll find out when the remake starts filming this fall. Moreover, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Michael C. Williams and Joshua Leonard, who starred in the 1999 film, will be serving as executive producers, along with the directive team of the original movie, namely Daniel Myrick, Eduardo Sanchez, and Greg Hale. However, involvement of the crew from the 1999 Blair Witch Project came only after a scuffle when Leonard took to his Instagram after the 2024 announcement. He said, "25 years of disrespect from the folks who've pocketed the lion's share, pun intended, of the profits from our work, and that feels both icky and classless." He has been advocating for more rights on new Blair Witch projects and about getting residual payments, so this obviously pushed the water above his head. Even the production designer of the original film, Ben Rock, expressed his unhappiness over the lack of involvement from the first film's team and said, "Neither one of the sequels connected with audiences the way they wanted it to connect, and so it might at least be worth talking to some of the original creators." Heather Donahue, the protagonist of the 1999 film, shared her emotions during the 2016 sequel in The Guardian and said, "On learning of the sequel, I did what any sensible woman would do, and drank very nice bourbon in a very nice bathtub while bawling my eyes eyes out, she wrote. Nothing I do will ever surpass what I did at 24. My name and face are forever going to be someone else's intellectual property. Now, when yet another movie was announced without their participation, Heather was not this polite anymore and told Variety, I actually was looking forward to the 25th anniversary. We had booked a couple of conventions. It's nice to hear nice things from the fans and see the guys. It was feeling very sweet for the first time in the whole history of this thing. And then, boom, comes this announcement, and it's like... Michael Williams almost broke down while saying, giant corporations don't care that this happens to young artists. It's bullshit, and that's got to change somehow. Hopefully, we will help somebody to see, don't do what we did. The actors released an open letter to Lionsgate on April 20th with their demands. Other members from the first movie also shared their frustration. Among them, Mike Manello, a co-producer who helped conceive the original viral marketing website, which claimed the movie's events were real and that the people in it had gone missing. Manello took to X, tagging Jason Blum, Lionsgate, and Blumhouse. Radical idea. You could try putting this project in the hands of the original team that made the first one. You know, the team that actually has an entire franchise plan to reinvent what a Blair Witch movie could be. Thankfully, fans heard them and supported their grievances, which led to Lionsgate's change of heart. But whether the new development is a way to appease the original members or a well-thought decision by Lionsgate's new team, we can finally sense unity between the OG Blair Witch Project and the upcoming one, and honestly, I feel a lot more confident about how they can bring together the mythology and legacy, especially when none of them were actively involved in either of the previous two sequels, which let us down. In short, I am a lot more hopeful about this reboot now. Though plot details for the reboot and the cast are being kept under wraps, we do know that the filming is being lined up for fall, and apparently the budget is somewhere around $10 million. As for the crew, Steven Schneider is an executive producer alongside Judson Scott and Michael Clear for Atomic Monster, with Elena Glassthal overseeing the company. Pavan Kaledindi and Scott O'Brien are overseeing the project for Lionsgate, while Phil Strina negotiated the Lionsgate deal on behalf of the studio. And guess what? Lionsgate and Blumhouse are pushing a Blair Witch reboot at Cannes, pitching it to buyers to secure funding and distribution, while Lionsgate is planning to retain the distribution rights in the UK and in the domestic market. Alright guys, that's all for today. Yes, I am skeptical about how the reimagination of the Blair Witch Project will turn out, but that said, there is a pretty strong group of great minds working behind it, and this movie might just be the revival the franchise needs. Do let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.